Hey, American Matter here, and welcome to the bonus video for Spider-Man on the PS1. First thing we're going to look at is the costumes. First off, we got the standard Spider-Man costume. Game powers: super strength, super agility, stick to walls, spider sense, no enhanced powers. You got Spider-Man 2099. Enhanced powers, game powers: enhanced strength. Attacks will inflict double damage to opponents. Symbiote Spider-Man. Symbiote Spidey. Game powers: unlimited webbing. Play through the game without running out of webbing. Captain Universe. Game powers: invulnerable, enhanced strength, unlimited webbing. Comments: inflict double damage, will not run out of web, or take any damage. This is the cheapo costume, basically. Spidey Unlimited. This show is fucking terrible. Looks also kind of terrible. Game power: stealth mode. Press the L2 button while in the game to toggle invisibility on or off. Will not work on bosses. Amazing Bagman. This looks very stupid, and its only thing is it's self-imposed super hard mode where you can only carry two things of webbing. It's also the dumbest looking version of that same costume. Got the Scarlet Spidey. Game powers: none. Comments: this costume was first worn by Ben Reilly, who believed himself to be the real Spider-Man. I like the Scarlet Spider costume. It's cool. So we got Ben Reilly Spider-Man, which is also very cool looking. Well, it's a bit, look at this. Spider-Man, yeah, Ben Reilly one looks better. This costume was worn by Ben Reilly, who took the place of Parker once he believed he was a clone. This is when the Scarlet Spider actually became Spider-Man. Quick Change Spidey, which looks really cool as a costume. I like it. Can only hold a maximum of 2 web cartridges. It's just like the Amazing Bagman costume. And then we have just simple Peter Parker, who is functionally identical to that. And those are the game's costumes. To the records room. Nope, to the gallery. First, character viewer. Stan Lee has some stuff to help with this.
Peter Parker's alter ego, the Amazing Spider-Man. Spidey's wall-crawling and web-slinging, combined with his super strength and amazing agility, make old Webhead one of the most spectacular superheroes around. Our mild-mannered Peter...
Right, gotta put him in his proper costume, or this is gonna look stupid. There we go.
Peter Parker's alter ego, the Amazing Spider-Man. Spidey's wall-crawling and web-slinging, combined with his super strength and amazing agility, make old Webhead one of the most spectacular superheroes around.
The description just says super strength, super agility, stick to wall, spider sense, and his first appearance is in Amazing Fantasy number 15.
Oh, yeah! Golden.
Peter Parker.
Our mild-mannered, highly intelligent, sometimes neurotic hero of the game.
Bio: when not out fighting crimes as Spider-Man, he is a photographer for the Daily Bugle. First appearance: Amazing Spider-Man 15.
Whew! Better not quit my day job. Golden. Whew! Better not quit my day job.
Then you got Black Cat.
Felicia Hardy, also known as the Black Cat, is one of Spidey's few friends who knows his true identity.
Bio: a skilled cat burglar, Felicia Hardy knows Spidey as well as anyone, even his secret identity. First appearance: Amazing Spider-Man 194.
Hey, Spider-Man, come over here. Spider-Man! I'm so happy to see you! Thanks, Spider. Whatever you did, it worked. Spider-Man! I'm so happy to see you!
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Now reformed, Dr. Otto Octavius is using his scientific knowledge for the good of humanity.
No, he isn't. Name: Dr. Otto Octavius. Bio: Octavius is now reformed and is using his vast knowledge of science for the good of mankind. First appearance: Amazing Spider-Man 3. Doesn't really say anything. Okay, Eddie Brock.
One of Parker's photojournalistic rivals. Brock blames Parker for his bad reputation as a reporter. Add one alien symbiote, and you've got Venom.
The journalistic rival of Parker and one half of the symbiote known as Venom. First appearance: Amazing Spider-Man 2099. Henchman. Actually, back to Eddie Brock for a second.
Not one of Parker's photojournalistic rivals. Brock blames Parker for his bad reputation as a reporter. Add one alien symbiote, and you've got Venom.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do anything. Henchman.
Not too friendly indeed.
Bio: the henchmen live only to serve out the will of their master, and to get paid as well. Bank thug.
Doesn't he know that crime doesn't pay, especially with Spidey around?
A high-tech thief and part of the crime unit known as the Jade Syndicate. J. Jonah Jameson.
Old JJ is Peter's boss at the Daily Bugle. Unfortunately, one of his main goals in life is to prove that Spider-Man is a menace to the world rather than a hero.
Editor of the Daily Bugle, JJJ often writes editorials about the threat Spider-Man poses on citizens.
Spider-Man!
First appearance: Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man? I asked for the police and I get this? Spider-Man! Spider-Man? I asked for the police and I get this?
Scorpion.
One of Spidey's most powerful enemies. Scorpion's hatred for Spidey is only overshadowed by his hatred for J. Jonah Jameson, the man he blames for getting him stuck in his armored Scorpion suit.
J. Jonah put Max Gargan through an experiment that transformed him into a deranged Scorpion. First appearance: Spider-Man 20.
Butt out, Webhead. Butt out, Webhead.
Daredevil.
Caused by the same accident that blinded him in youth, Matt Murdock's extrasensory powers give him all the advantage he needs to fight crime in the seedy underbelly of New York, otherwise known as Hell's Kitchen.
Blinded as a youth, Matt Murdock developed a radar sense with which he uses to fight crime. What? Blinded as a youth, Matt Murdock developed a radar sense which he uses to fight crime with. The with is unnecessary. First appearance: Daredevil 1. Policeman.
New York's finest.
These guys are against Spidey almost as much as they rely on his help. SWAT cop.
Or maybe this is New York's finest.
New York's other protectors, this time hoping that more firepower will be enough to capture Spider-Man. What's Daredevil do for that? I forgot to check that.
Caused by the same accident that blinded him in youth, Matt Murdock's extrasensory powers give him all the advantage he needs to fight crime in the seedy underbelly of New York, otherwise known as Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, he has no actions.
New York's finest.
Rhino, the really stupid guy.
Rhino's thick polymer matted suit gives him his extraordinary strength and makes him virtually impervious to physical harm as well as extremely dangerous.
A small-time crook turned assassin.
Where'd you go?
A small-time crook turned assassin. The Rhino has superhuman strength wrapped in an armor suit. First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 41. He was originally Russian, actually.
I'm gonna crush you! Stop making fun of me!
Human Torch.
Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, an essential member of the Fantastic Four and also one of Spidey's closest superhero friends.
A member of the Fantastic Four, Torch has the ability to generate...
Sorry we can't help you, Spidey, but we're taking care of Mole Man. If you do need help, meet me at the usual spot later.
Torch has the ability to generate flames of great intensity. First appearance, Fantastic Four, #1.
Sorry we can't help you, Spidey, but we're taking care of Mole Man.
Venom.
If you...
Easily one of Spider-Man's greatest foes of all time, Venom hates Spider-Man so much that he will do almost anything to ruin his life.
A union of Eddie Brock and alien symbiote. Venom's goal
Brains, yummy.
Venom's goal to destroy his arch nemesis, Spider-Man. First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 299, which is a goddamn collector's item.
Now you see me, now you don't.
Ooh.
If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen, Parker.
Lizard Man.
Leftovers from one of the lizard's sick experiments, these creatures are both powerful and vicious. Be careful, Spidey.
Example of the lizard's mad science. These creatures can be found lurking in the sewers of New York. The Lizard.
The lizard, product of a twisted experiment gone wrong.
The victim of his own genius, Kurt Connors, the man now spends his life as the vicious lizard. First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 6. You haven't got to fight the lizard yet. Mary Jane.
Ah, Mary Jane, Peter Parker's lovely wife.
Mary Jane must balance the roles of being a supermodel and the wife of superhero Peter Parker. Amazing Spider-Man 42 is her first appearance. Symbiote.
Symbiotes. These twisted beasts are so vicious, they could only come from one place.
This creature is part of the alien race that spawned fearless villains Carnage and Venom. Oh, shit! Mysterio.
Quentin Beck, also known as Mysterio, Master of Illusion.
Quentin
Careful now!
Quentin Beck uses the tricks of his trade to baffle Spidey with illusions and robotics. First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 13.
You're no match for me!
Punisher.
Frank Castle fights the seedy side of the world as the Punisher, with a vigilante-style justice.
His family was killed by the mob. Now Frank Castle's used to fight bad guys using their rules. First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 129. If you want to see more of Frank, you can watch my Punisher Let's Play. Doc Ock. There we go.
The not-so-reformed mastermind behind this insidious plot, Doc Ock.
When 4 robot arms refused to his body, the resulting insanity gave birth to Dr. Octopus. First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 3.
You will never destroy me!
Carnage.
A sick and twisted combination. The symbiote offspring of Venom with the serial killer mentality of Cletus Cassidy make Carnage one of the deadliest villains of them all.
Cletus Cassidy was dangerous even before joining with the symbiote that would later be called Carnage. First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 2621.
What color do you bleed?
Monster Rock. This fucker.
The hideously grotesque, superpowered symbiote Doc Ock.
The terrifying result of the symbiote from Carnage taking over the power of Doc Ock. First appearance exclusive to game.
It's not over yet.
Captain America.
An Avenger and an icon to people everywhere. Captain America is the definition of a true hero.
The Star-Spangled Avenger who got to start battling Nazi agents in World War II. First appearance, Cap Comics #1. He is one of Marvel's first characters. Submariner. Namor is the Prince of Atlantis, has been both mankind's defender and his greatest foe. First appearance, Marvel Comics 1. The first Marvel character, along with the original Human Torch, back when he was an android. Because comics are stupid. He's only here because he was briefly mentioned by, but what do you call him? Venom. Surprised Thor's not here, except he is in the next game. And finally, J. James Jewett. Bio, fearless man from Montana. Joel is the ruler of both the Spidey and Tony Hawk teams and master of the Neversoft office. That's all the characters. Comics, we got... Amazing Spider-Man 2. No? Amazing Spider-Man #1. This issue features the first appearance of J. Jonah Jameson, the Daily Bugle, the Chameleon, and John Jameson, who later became Manwolf, a character I really like. In this issue, Spider-Man tries to join the Fantastic Four. At one time, eventually, he will actually succeed in that. Comic Collection. Amazing Spider-Man #200. A double-sized issue. Mysterio fakes Aunt May's death, the truth behind Uncle Ben's murder is revealed, and Peter faces the burglar without his powers. The burglar, who kills Parker's Uncle Ben, dies fighting Spider-Man in this issue. Ooh. Spider-Man, The Death of Captain Spacey. This is Spider-Man #1. There are a lot of Spider-Man #1s. This issue tells a story of the death of Captain Stacy at the hands of Doc Ock. Captain Stacy was the father of Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man's first love. Gwen was killed by the Green Goblin back in issues 121 and 122 of The Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 25. This issue marks the first cameo appearance of Mary Jane Watson. Aunt May attempts to set Parker up on a blind date with the niece of her friend, Anna Watson. Parker's already dating somebody, although MJ is shown only briefly. It's enough to make Peter's current girl feel very uneasy. Amazing Spider-Man 20. First appearance and origin of Max Gargan as the Scorpion. In an effort to rid the world of the evil Spider-Man, J. Jonah Jameson pays Gargan to undergo an experiment that will give him the attributes of a scorpion. A side effect of the mutation, Gargan's sanity steadily erodes, transforming him into an evil psychopath with a hatred for Jameson and Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 16. First Daredevil appearance in Spider-Man. As a teenager, Matt Murdock was struck in the eyes by material from radioactive canister while saving an old man from being hit by a truck. Blinded by the incident, Murdock found that his senses had been magnified to superhuman levels and that he had acquired a radar sense more accurate than human sight. This famous cover. The Goblins managed to... Spider-Man 39, by the way. Goblins managed to unmask Spider-Man. Thinking he has his foe defeated, Goblin then reveals himself as Norman Osborn. head of Osborn Chemicals. Spidey is able to break free, and in the ensuing battle, the Green Goblin is caught in an electrochemical explosion. As a result, Osborn suffers partial amnesia, and Spidey's secret identity is safe once more. Ooh, that's a cool cover. 400, Death in the Family. The death of Aunt May. After 400 issues and 30 years of watching out for Peter, Aunt May passes on after suffering a heart attack. Aunt May slips into a coma. For a brief time, she awakens, and in that time, she reveals to Peter that she has known for some time that he is Spider-Man. A few hours later, Aunt May passes away. Well, that sounds like an interesting comic, actually. Amazing Spider-Man 14. First appearance of the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn. Head of Osborn Chemicals is the man behind the mask of the pumpkin-bombing Green Goblin. This issue also features appearances by the Incredible Hulk and the Enforcers. Amazing Spider-Man 41. First appearance and origin of the Rhino. The brute who would become the Rhino was a small-time muscle man who worked for the professional criminals. He was subject of an experiment to develop a superhuman assassin. Through chemical and radiation treatments, the Rhino was created. Spectacular Spider-Man. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, number 42. Lured to the Statue of Liberty by a false message from Human Torch, Spider-Man is ambushed by the Frightful Four, the Sandman, Electro, Wizard, and the Trapster, all of us score to settle with Spidey. And when they're done, the Fantastic Four are next. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, number 76. In this exciting issue, a gang war erupts and Spider-Man and Black Cat get caught between Dr. Octopus and the Evil Owl. Black Cat is left nearly killed, and Spider-Man goes to the final battle with Dr. Octopus. Secret Wars. First appearance of the symbiote Spider costume. This is a famous one. After a titanic clash with the collected supervillains on Battleworld, Spidey's costume is left in tatters. Spider-Man uses alien technology to create a living costume. The costume is later discovered to be a symbiote, a parasite member of an intergalactically feared alien race. Spectacular Spider-Man number 229. As the maximum clonage, which was fucking stupid, storyline draws to a close, Peter and his clone, the Scarlet Spider, face a new Dr. Octopus while trying to find a cure for the radioactivity in the now pregnant Mary Jane's bloodstream. The Spiders win, but Peter now decides it is time to start his own family, and without Spider-Man. Exit Peter Parker and enter Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider. Which would have been cool, but that did not stick. Ooh, this is a famous Todd McFarlane cover. Written and drawn by Tom McFarlane with the introduction of Calypso, an evil witch that used voodoo magic to fulfill her plans, this issue also marks the Lizard's return to comics. Torment was one of the more gritty, memorable Lizard-related stories to be told. This is Spider-Man number 1, yet another Spider-Man number 1. Peter Parker Spider-Man number 1. Reprint version B. Dynamic Forces exclusive cover. This issue features the first appearance of the Ranger. The issue shows Parker taking pictures of a jailbreak being foiled by Spider-Man. Taking pictures of a jailbreak being foiled by Spider-Man. Someone else is taken to wearing Spidey's costume, but he isn't doing a very good job. Peter Parker Spider-Man number 1, reprint version A. Spider-Man series relaunch. This issue features the first appearance of the Ranger. Yeah, there's the other cover. New beginning. Spectacular Spider-Man 158. Whenever humanity is threatened, the Enigma Force chooses a champion in which to grant nearly limitless powers of Captain Universe, but this time Spidey is chosen. But an accident erupts the transfer of power, leaving Spider-Man with cosmic powers, but none of the awareness of Captain Universe. So that's kind of fucking funny, actually. Amazing Spider-Man number 6. The first appearance and origin of the Lizard. Dr. Kirk Connors is a scientist in the field of recombinant genetics. Hoping to restore his missing arm, Dr. Connors develops a secret serum based on lizard DNA. Thinking that a lizard's regenerative abilities will restore his lost arm, the experiment works too well, and he is transformed into a mindless, rampaging lizard man. Amazing Spider-Man 42. With the addition of romance artist John Romita, the world gets its first full look at Mary Jane Watson. Aunt May and Anna Watson have been trying to set these two up for a while, and when Peter finally meets Mary Jane, she bursts onto the scene with the memorable line, "Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot." Amazing Spider-Man 100th anniversary issue. In this issue, Parker again decides to give up being Spider-Man, and to that end concocts a potion that should strip him of his powers. He takes the potion, which ends up mutating him even further. Upon waking from a state of delirium, Peter discovers that he has grown 4 new arms. And we all know what that is the start of. The motherfucking Man-Spider. Amazing Spider-Man 50. First appearance of Kingpin. People that he is trying to help are afraid of him, and Aunt May has been sick for some time. This pushes Peter Parker to give up being Spider-Man again, whose absence does not go unnoticed, particularly by a gang leader named Wilson Fisk. The world would later come to know him as the Kingpin of Crime. Amazing Spider-Man 13. First appearance and origin of Mysterio. Quentin Beck, a special effects designer, grew tired of his backstage role. With the advice taken from a friend's joke, Beck decided to take out a new costumed crime fighter. Taken from a friend's joke, Beck decided to take out a new costumed crime fighter. He decided to target then fledgling Spider-Man. Ooh, spooky. Amazing Spider-Man 311. In a world turned suddenly upside down, Mysterio makes his presence known. This issue tied with the Inferno story that took place in the pages of X-Men, X-Factor, New Mutants, and Excalibur, where the realm of Limbo was merging with Earth. We'll actually have this comic. Well, a reprint of it from when Toy Biz handled Marvel Legends, and it would include comic books in them. I've read this; it's pretty good. First appearance of the Punisher, Jackal, and the Death of the Mechanic. Frank Castle, better known as the Punisher, makes his first appearance as an assassin hired by the Jackal. The Punisher would go on to become a tough-as-nails vigilante known for fighting bad guys using their rules. Amazing Spider-Man number 15. First appearance of one of my favorite Spider-Man villains, Kraven the Hunter. Kraven, one of the world's greatest hunters, gained power by drinking rare and exotic jungle elixirs. These elixirs gave him the strength and speed of a savage beast. All the better to catch Spidey with. Amazing Spider-Man 2. First appearance of the Vulture. Peter Parker, in an attempt to make money to support himself and Aunt May, comes up with the idea to photograph his actions as Spider-Man and sell them to the Daily Bugle. Jonah generally thinks Parker is in cahoots with Spider-Man, getting the scoop on all the good fights for a percentage of the money he makes off the photos. Ooh, Spider-Man 2099 number 1. First appearance and origin of Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man of the future, Miguel O'Hara, wears the webs and battles against the corporations and disturbed citizens of 2099. Amazing Spider-Man number 3. First appearance and the origin of Dr. Octopus. Dr. Otto Octavius, a scientist in the field of atomic research, crafts a harness consisting of 4 mechanical arms that allow him to work with radioactive materials from a distance. There is an accident, and Octavius survives, but his harness has become fused to his body. Thus, Dr. Octopus is born. Amazing Spider-Man number 33. Spider-Man faces the Master Planner, who is revealed to be Dr. Octopus, while Aunt May lies sick in the hospital. Spider-Man must overcome Dr. Octopus in a massive underwater battle if he is to win the day. Amazing Spider-Man number 252. First appearance of the symbiote costume in The Amazing Spider-Man. Straight from the Secret Wars, Spider-Man returns with his alien costume. Little does he know that the suit is alive, and it has plans of its own. Now look at that picture, and you see what it's based on. Amazing Fantasy number 15. First appearance of Spider-Man. Also the first appearance of Aunt May, Flash Thompson, the burglar, and the death of Uncle Ben. In this issue, Spider-Man learns what it means to be a hero, and that with great power comes there must also come great responsibility. And so a legend is born. Those those are all the comic covers. We've got the game covers if we want to look at them again. There's the Bank Heist, Sting of the Scorpion, Rhino's Rampage, We're Back, City in Peril, The Invasion, and the To Trap a Spider. Storyboards that I don't really care about, and that is Spider-Man for the PS1. So yeah, unfortunately, I'll be seeing you next time for Batman and Robin. Sigh. So, till then. Hi, thanks for watching. This has been played and recorded by me, Merrick D'Amato. The art was by Rafael Agrona. You can find a link to their commission page in the description below. And if you like this video and want to see more like it, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time. Ciao!